Good morning, friends. Happy day of gratitude to my beautiful and courageous friends. And welcome to this special moment on the Heal You podcast. I'm Coach Shai. And today, friends, we're not just checking in. We're gathering heart to heart, spirit to pause and breathe together. On this day of gratitude, also known as Thanksgiving, as the world moves in 100 directions, we are choosing stillness. We are choosing reflection. And we, my friends, are choosing gratitude. Not the quick kind, but the kind that settles deep into the soul. You know, for weeks now, we've been talking about becoming the light. But today, it's about honoring the light. The light we've carried through every twist, turn, blessing, and challenge this past year. And friends, we're going to do that together. You know, a day of gratitude becomes something different when we're on a healing journey. It becomes less about the perfect plate and more about the honest conversation we have with ourselves. I'm sure I'm not alone when I say this year stretched us. It's humbled us. It's revealed new pieces of who we are. And even in the hard chapters, we kept trying, we kept moving, we kept growing. That, friends, deserves gratitude. As a community of healers, we talked about letting go of what drains us, choosing peace even when it feels unfamiliar, protecting our energy, speaking life over our own journey, and becoming the light we need. Every step we took, individually and collectively, brought us right here to this day and moment of reflection, of gratitude. A day of gratitude for us is about acknowledging the growth we've lived through. It's about recognizing that our stories may be different, but our resilience, friends, our determination, our heart for healing makes us one community. Let's be fully transparent. Some years, today, Thanksgiving, a day of gratitude, feels heavy. Some years, the table feels different. Some years, the memories hit harder than the moments. But friends, when we embrace gratitude together, something shifts. Gratitude doesn't erase our hard days. However, it reminds us that we made it through them together. You know, last year, on this very day, I didn't believe any of that. However, this year, as I worked through another moment of loss, of grief, of working through my mind to understand the whys of life and why we have to experience things, I embrace that statement. And as we listen today, let's ask ourselves, what did we learn this year? What strength did we uncover? What did we survive that we once questioned we could handle? Ooh. What soft places inside of us did we finally give ourselves permission to feel? This healing journey, friends, isn't one we walk alone. We are growing as individuals and evolving as a community. And that, my friends, is something to be thankful for. That is something to be thankful for. So let's get into this week's cup of positivity. A day of gratitude. Something we can all hold on to. You know, a grateful heart doesn't remove the weight of life. However, it gives us the strength to lift it. Gratitude. Gratitude is strong. It softens our hardest days and reminds us that even in the struggle, we are growing together. And when we sit with that truth, it reminds us that gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's a practice. It's a reminder that when the hard thoughts, the heaviness, everything sits right here in your chest, that gratitude allows it to be easier. Gratitude is a way of choosing to see the light even when the day feels dim. It's how we honor the pieces of ourselves that's still healing while celebrating the parts that have already transformed. Gratitude is what allows us to breathe deeper, to stand taller, to hold our shoulders back, and remember that we are never walking in this path alone. So let gratitude be our anchor today. Let it guide our conversations, our reflections, and the moments of quiet in between. Let gratitude remind us that healing becomes lighter when we carry it together, and that we can always find something to be thankful for, even in the middle of our becoming. Yeah. Before we continue through this day of gratitude and healing, friends, my heart wants to settle into a place of honor. This past week, I lost a really good friend. Suddenly, and unfortunately, tragically. So today is lovingly dedicated to my girl, Shanel Greer. My dear friend whose presence touched my life in ways words can barely hold, and whose beautiful spirit was taken from us far too soon. You know, Shanel, who would have said, don't be crying because we be messing up her makeup, wasn't just a part of my journey. She entered my life as an employee rooted herself as a mentee, and bloomed into a true friend. Someone who joined our community of growth, light, and resilience because she wanted to focus on her. You know, Shanel's spirit was gentle. Her heart was pure. And she believed in healing just as much as she believed in people. Shanel had aspirations. She had goals. She had things that she was focusing on to ensure that she became a better version of herself. To know Shanel was to feel safe. To know her was to experience genuine kindness. Every person she met felt it when they met her. To know her was to understand that her softness was a superpower. And to know her was to be reminded that you can be genuine, authentic, and loving, even while working through your own healing journey. Shanel would give you her last. Her gifts were loving. She thought about you. She reached out to you. She shared her love with you in any way that she could. And today, on this day of gratitude, we honor Shanel together by saying her name. Shanel, we honor the joy you brought to us. We honor the way you loved. We honor the impact you have made on so many lives. To her family, to her friends, and to anyone spending this day of gratitude while carrying the weight of grief, we hold space with you in her name. We lift you up today, and we acknowledge that gratitude and grief often sit side by side, each reminding us of the depth of our love. Shanel, my friend, my girl, my confidant in a lot of ways. Thank you for being a part of our journey. Thank you for being a part of my own healing this past year. For helping me grow in ways I didn't even realize I needed. Today and always, we carry your light with us. We say your name with love, Shanel Greer. And we celebrate the beauty of your life today and always. I love you, girl. Friends, thank you for making space to share this moment of gratitude with me, with each other. No matter what today looks like, may gratitude meet us right here where we are. May gratitude soften what hurts. May it highlight what's growing. May it remind us that healing is continuous, but so is the grace that carries us. As we all gather with family, with friends, sometimes individually, And as we move forward and we step into December with a shared intention, let's focus on preparing our minds, our spirits, and our bodies for a season that invites us to show up with joy, presence, and balance, even while navigating the very real, everyday moments of life. December is dedicated to finding our grounding, continuing to protect our peace, and embracing a gentler way of moving through the world as we close out the year together. Friends, hold on to gratitude today and every day as you embrace the challenges that come before us individually and sometimes collectively. Remember, being grateful provides us with the strength that we need to get through the difficult moments, the difficult days. Being grateful reminds us that we are anchored in a life that's full of joy and happiness, even during our moments of grief, sadness, loss, and misunderstanding. Remember that holding on to gratitude allows us and it anchors us with the ability to be stronger every moment of every day. Through the happy times, the hard times, the moments where we don't understand, gratitude reminds us that our smile is genuine, our heart is anchored, our life can be secure even during some of the darker moments. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And until we meet again, may your heart stay open, your spirit stay gentle, and your journey continues to unfold with grace. With love, talk to you next time.